Hello students, welcome to Time Online Classes. This session will take up data interpretation for IBPS, SBI and RRB clerk prelim examinations. As all of you know, data interpretation, data analysis. Interpretation is nothing but analysis of the given data. The given data can be represented in the form of table, bar graph, line graph, pie chart and case lists. This session will look at sets based on tabular data. Tabular data is nothing but simple. The data represented in the form of rows and columns. So we will take up few sets or few questions or few examples based on tables. Right? Maybe the next session will take up bar graphs, line graphs, like that. This will continue. These sets are going to help you for your what you call upcoming IBPS clerk, SBI clerk and RRB clerk prelim examinations. Similarly, we will also take up sets for main exam level difficulty. Now, whatever sets we are going to discuss are actual exam questions asked in your actual bank exams in the previous years. Right? Now, let us first very quickly look at the breakup of data interpretation, then what are the prerequisites, then we will straight away take up the questions based on table. Now, when we look at the topic-wise breakup of data interpretation, we are discussing questions on IBPS clerk prelim, SBI clerk prelim, and IBPS RRB clerk prelim. 5 to 10 questions in IBPS clerk prelim, 5 to 10 questions in SBI clerk prelim, and 5 to 15 questions in RRB clerk prelim. So, minimum 5 to maximum 10. Maybe if you observe last 1-2 years, the weightage maybe in almost exam is conducted in several slots. In most of the slots, there were 10 questions, right? Similarly, PO prelim, minimum 15 to 18, IBPS PO prelim, 15 to 16, SBI PO prelim, and 10 to 17, RRB PO prelim. Now, if you look at the main exam distribution, 15 to 26, 15 to 22, 20 to 22 in RRB, right? So, IBPS 15 to 26, minimum 15, maximum 26, SBI minimum 15, maximum 22, RRB 20 to 22. That means I can say 15 to 26. Right. Similarly, clerk main also, this is PO main, clerk main also 15 to 22 in IBPS clerk main, 15 to 25 in SBI clerk main, 15 to 25 in RRB clerk main. Main exam has more number of questions compared to prelim exam. So definitely the weightage is more in main exam compared to prelim. Second, the level of difficulty, when you look at the level of difficulty, it is more in your main exam compared to prelim exam. In main exam, one, level of difficulty is more. The second thing which you need to observe is, these days, there are two new question types are generally asked in main exam. One is called quant-based data interpretation, where your quant topics like maybe profit loss based DI, mensuration based DI, probability based DI, time and work based DI, time, speed and distance based DI. Second, data interpretation set is given, but questions are not based on data interpretation but based on data sufficiency. Data sufficiency based DI means data interpretation. These are two new question types. Also, the level of difficulty is more when compared to your preliminary examination. Now, the good news is, maybe if you look at your prelim exam, you have various question types, right? You have questions on series, quadratic comparison, your questions on simplifications, approximations, then you have individual quant questions and DA. Now, in DA, you have 10 questions or 15 questions in PO or 10 questions in your clerk. I am saying scoring marks 10 out of 10, 15 out of 15, particularly in prelim exam, is very easy. I agree that main exam level difficulty is more when compared to prelim exam, but I am talking about prelim exam. Prelim exam questions are very easy, particularly when you are looking at clerk prelim. Those are based on simple addition, subtraction, percentage based concepts, right? So we'll look at those questions, you'll understand. But I am saying prelim level DA is easy, never lose marks or never afford to lose marks in particularly data interpretation for your, maybe you take your PO prelim as well as your clerk prelim. Clerk prelim is still easier. This session will take up clerk prelim questions, right? So before that, prerequisite students, all of you know that you should be ready with 20 multiplication tables, 20 into 10. Desirable is 20 into 20. If you can study 20 into 20, nothing like that, you are most welcome. Then squares of first 25 natural numbers, cubes of first 20 natural numbers, powers of 2, 2 power 1, 2 square up to 2 power 12, powers of 3, 3 power 1, 3 square, 3 cube up to 3 power 8, reciprocal values, you know reciprocal values, right? So 1 by 2 is equal to how much percent? 50%. How will you convert a fraction into percentage? Into 100. 1 by 3, 33.33 percentage, or we can say 33 1 by 3 percentage. So all reciprocal values up to 1 by 12, including their multiples 2 by 12, 3 by 12, 2 by 7, 3 by 7. Right, this is not the session to discuss this. Already we have discussed this in other sessions. You can watch those videos, students. And complements of 100. That means if I take 92, what is the complement of 92? What is the number I should add to make it to the nearest 100? 92 plus 8. 94, I have to add 6. 72, I have to add 28. 64, I have to add 36. 55, I have to add 45. You have to be good at complements of 100. So these are basic prerequisites. These are not only help in your data interpretation but also helpful to you in your solving series questions. Maybe series also based on squares, cubes, logic, only prime numbers, even numbers, odd numbers. So series questions also it is helpful for your individual quant questions, and particularly if you look at direct applications, these are helpful in your simplification, solving your simplification and approximation questions. If any of you are not ready with these things, I am saying you need to start preparing. You have to be ready. These values should be there on your fingertips, right? So now let us start our data interpretation, students. Question number 1 to 5. Study the table given below carefully and answer the questions that follow it. The first table on your screen, students. These are your actual IBPS, SBI and RRB previous year exam questions. The actual questions asked in the exam. Now see how easy the questions will be when we start solving them. The questions will be very easy, students. Now see here, let us look at the table now. The table shows the number of pens sold from 4 stores. It's not 4 stores. I think there's some typing error here. It is 5 stores. PQRST on Monday to Friday. Monday to Friday. These are number of what you call pens sold on different days by different stores. Monday to Friday, PQRST are my 5 different stores. These are not 4 different stores. These are 5 stores. PQ, R, S and T. Okay. Let's take up first question. Now what you can do is I will be solving the questions continuously. You can pause the video. First you solve this question for yourself. Maybe maximum 30 seconds time you have to give. Then you continue with the solution. You watch the solution. Right. That way actually you can improve your speed. Right. If you directly listen to this session, it will not help you. So you simultaneously solve by pausing the video. Let us take a first question. Average number of pens sold by Q on Monday. Okay. 93. Then R on Wednesday. R on Wednesday is 86. Okay. Plus 86. Then T on Friday. T on Friday is 88 plus 88. What is average sum of all quantities by total number of quantities? We have 3 quantities here. So how much is this? 88 plus 86. 174 plus 93. How much? 267. 267 by 3. 3 8s 24. 27. 3 9s 27. So 89 is the average. Choice 4 is your answer. Right? I can also tell you like this here. 93, 86, 88. Right? Now I'll assume my average as 86. Let's say I will assume my average as 86. This is how much more? 7 more. This is how much more? 86. More or less than average. I'm assuming average 86. Any number you can take. I'm taking 86. Right? 0. 88 is how much more? 2 more. So overall, it is 7 more here, 2 more here. When you compare with all 3 numbers, overall I'm getting 9 extra. This 9 extra I have to divide among 3 people, right? Or 3 stores. 9 by 3 is I'm getting each one 3 extra. So 86, I'm getting 3 extra for each one. So average will also increase by 3. So my annual average should be 89. So 89 is my 4th option. Right? So I'm assuming 86. So 97, 93 is 7 more. 86 is 0 or it's not more or less. Exactly 86, 0. 88 is 2 more. So 7 plus 2, 9 more. 9 over across 3 people you have to divide, or 3 stores you have to divide, or 3 days you have to divide. It will be 3 more. So 86 plus 3, it is 89. Question number 2 on your screen, students. Ratio of total number of pens sold by R on Monday, Tuesday and Friday. R on Monday, Tuesday and Friday 60, 40, 100 plus 44, 144. Now I am saying don't add single digits. You know how to add 2-digit additions, right? We have done videos on 2-digit additions, how to add 4-digit numbers, then subtractions, multiplications. Kindly watch those videos on our channel. Then to the number of pens sold by yes, okay, on Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday. 72, 78 is 150 plus 82 is 232. Right? Then 18s is 144. 8 2 16, 72, 89. So 8 is a common factor. 18 is to 29. Choice 1 should be your answer. Next question, students. Question number 3. By what percentage is number of pens sold by Q on Tuesday and Wednesday? Q on Tuesday and Wednesday. Tuesday 61, Wednesday 59. So how much is this? 61 plus 59, 120. Less or more than the number of pens sold by yes on Monday and Tuesday. Yes on Monday and Tuesday, 72 and 78 is 150. So what percentage? Less. Q is what percentage less? What's the formula for percentage less? Difference. Difference by opposite of less is what? Larger value into 100. We know that percentage less means it will be opposite of less, percentage more means it will be opposite of more. So what is the percentage less here? Difference 30 by larger value is 150 into 100. 30 upon 150 is 1 by 5. You know 1 by 5 is a standard reciprocal. 20% less. 20% less is present in choice 3. Right? Question number 4 on your screen. Find the difference in total number of pens sold by yes on Thursday, Friday. Yes on Thursday, Friday. How much is yes on Thursday, Friday? It is easy, 173, right? 74 you add 1 here, it will become 73. 99 plus 100, 100 plus 73 is 173. Then P on Monday and Tuesday. P on Monday, Tuesday is 81 and 84. It's 165. So the difference is 8. 8 is present in choice 2. Or you can also compare like this here. P is what are the values? 81, 84. Yes, what are the values here? 74, 99. Now if I see 74 and 81, I can say P is 7 more when I compare these two values. 84 and 99, S is 15 more. So P is 7 more, S is 15 more. So 15 minus 7, overall S will be 8 more. So difference should be 2. Right? Now question number 5 on your screen, students. The number of pens sold by T on Saturday is increased by 50% of the pens sold on Wednesday, and on Sunday is increased by 20% of the pens sold on Thursday respectively. Find the total number of pens sold by T on Saturday and Sunday. Let us take T on Saturday, T on Sunday. Right. Now, how many pens C sold on Saturday? If you see here, what is given? T, number of pens sold on Saturday, increased by 50% of the pens sold on Wednesday. So Wednesday, T, how many pens it has sold? T sold 94. So it should be 94 plus increased by 50%, right? 50% is half of this. Half of this is 47. So 141. Then what about Sunday? Sunday, number of pens increased by 20% of those sold on Thursday. So T on Thursday is 90, increased by 20%. We know 10% is, put a point after one digit, 9, 20% will be 18. So 108. So what is the sum of this Saturday and Sunday? That's the question, right? Total number of pens sold by T on Saturday and Sunday, it is 149 plus 100, 249. 249 is present in choice 4. Right, students? Now, we have seen that questions, if you observe, based on tables, this session we are taking up all questions based on tables only. But the point is like tabular data, the questions are very simple. You can see the difference, maybe the average, maybe the difference, maybe percentage increase, maybe percentage decrease. These are based on simple numbers or simple calculations, where if you are good at your calculations like 2-digit additions, subtractions, multiplications, 2-digit multiplication, 3-digit into 3-digit multiplications, if you are good at your reciprocal values, and if you are good at your multiplication tables, if you know factors, then I am saying the prerequisites which are discussed, if you are ready with that, I am saying these questions can be solved very easily. Okay, second set on your screen, students. The table shows the total number of employees working in 2 companies in 4 different cities: Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata, Chennai, and ratio of total number of females and males working in these 2 companies. Now we have A, company B, we have total employees, we have female is to females, company B, total employees, females is to males ratio. Now see here, now what I am trying to do here is, now these ratios, let us find out males and females. 30 plus 23, total parts is how much? 53. This 53 parts is equal to what is the total number of employees? 1060. Then each part is how much? 1060 by 53. 53 goes 2 times in 106, 20. So 30 parts means 30 into 20, 600. 23 parts means 23 into 20, 460. You got the point. Now if you add this ratio, female parts and male parts, female plus male parts must be equal to total number of employees. 30 plus 23, 53 parts must be equal to 1060. So one part value is how much? 1060 by 53, 20. So females are 30 parts, 30 into 20, 600. Males are 23 parts, 23 into 20 should be 460. I am trying to tell you orally and trying to teach you fast, because you need to solve questions at this pace in order to complete in time, also to score maximum marks in the exam, because DI is slightly time consuming. You have to be careful, students, right? Now if you take second one, 3:4, total 7 parts, 1120. 1120 by 7, 71742, 7642. Each part is 160. So 160 into 3 is 480. 160 into 4 is 640. Now 3:5, 3:2. So total parts 5. 950 by 5. 5 goes 19 times. So 190 each part. Now 190 into 3 is 570. 2 into 190 is 380. Right? 14:15. 29 parts total. If you add these to 29. 870 by 29. 29 goes 3 times. Right? So 30. 14 into 30, 420. 15 into 30, 450. Just one cross-checking thing is, what when you are putting this value, just check when you add these two, it must be equal to total, right? 480, 640, 520, 1120, 570, 380, 950, 420, 450, 870. Yes, total is equal. Now look at this. B, 9 is to 8, 17. 1190 by 17. So 17 goes 7 times in 119. That is why I am saying you should be good at your multiplication table. So it is 70 times 630, 17 to 8, 560. 1190. 1:2. 1:2 means total parts is 3 parts. 1050 by 3. 335 is 105. 350. So 1 part means 350. 2 parts means 700. 1:1. This is easy, right? 450, 450 equal distribution. 23:20. Total 43. 860 by 43. So each part is 20. So 23 into 20, 460. 20 into 20, 400. Once I put these values, since by looking at these ratios on my rough sheet, I am saying I am going to solve the questions easily, right? So if you feel, if you want to listen once again, you have that option. You can make it backward. You can drag the cursor backward. You can watch or listen the total session once again, or maybe you can take a screenshot, right? Now let us take up questions, right? We have this total employees. We have put this female and male employees: 600, 460, 480, 640, 570, 380, 420, 450, 630, 560. B, 350, 700, 460, 400, 450, 450. Just have taken total employees in A, total female employees, total male employees, total female employees, total male employees in B. Right. Question number 6. What is the ratio of number of females working in company A in Delhi? Company A females, Delhi 600. Okay. Is to males working in company B. Company B males in Kolkata. This is Kolkata 400. B males Kolkata 400. Right. So what is the ratio here? 2 3s, 2 2s. The ratio is 3:2. 3:2 is present in first option. Right. Question number 7 on your screen, students. Total number of females in company B in all the cities together. Company B in all the cities together, what's the total number of female employees? Total number of female employees is how much? 1890. That addition we have already done. It is present in choice 2. See, once I put these values, see how easily we can solve the questions. Question number 3. The number of female employees in company A in Mumbai and Chennai together. Number of female employees in company A, Mumbai and Chennai together. Female employees A, female employees Mumbai and Chennai, 480, 420, 900. This is what percentage of number of male employees in company B. So male employees in company B, B male employees in Delhi and Kolkata. Delhi is 560, Kolkata is 400, it is 960. So 900 is what percentage of 960? 900 by 960 into 100. Now, as numerator is less than denominator, clearly I can say value is less than 100%. So my first option and fifth option more than 100% are clearly ruled out. Now I have 87.5, 93.75, 97.5. These two are close, so definitely I can say it is more than 90%. So second option, the chance of second option is also very less. There is no fair chance of second option to be correct, right? Because the gap is very less. We want 960, we want 900 out of total 960, right? If you take 100%, 100% is equal to 960, the given number. But we want only 900. So 960 minus 900 means I got 60 extra. So if you want 900, you have to subtract 60. How much is 1%? 9.6. You have to put a point after 2 digits. How much is 6%? 57.6 approximately. 9.6 into 6 will be around close to 60, 57.6. So I have to subtract around 6% or odd 6% something, right? So if it is 100 minus 6%, it is 94. So I have to subtract slightly more than 60. So my answer will be close to 94 but slightly less than that. Close to 94, slightly less than that. So clearly it cannot be 97.5. The option is 93.75. Without solving the question, we can mark the answer. Question number 9 on your screen, students. Right? Total number of female employees in company A is what percentage of total number of employees in company A? So if you take company A, female employees are how many? We know clearly it is 2070. What are total employees? Total employees means you have to add males plus females. 30 plus 70 is 100. So 2 zeros, 1 carry forward. 20 plus 20 is 40. So 4000. 2070 by 4000 into 100. So this is right. It is very slightly more than 50% because half of 4000 is 2000. So it is slightly more than half. So it cannot be 48, it cannot be 47, it cannot be 50. It has to be either 52.75 or 51.75. Let us see this. 2 zeros will get cancelled, 1 zero will get cancelled. 4 5s 20, 4 1s 4, 51 point something. No need to calculate. Straight away I can say, no, don't get into decimal. There is only one option starting with 51. So 51.75. Option 4 should be your answer. Question number 10 on your screen. In how many cities is number of male employees in company A less than number of male employees in company B? Now male employees 460, 560. Yes, it is less here. 640, 700 less here. 380, 400 less here. 450, 450 no. So how many companies? Don't look at this is total. Total we have only 4 companies, right? So in how many places it is more? 3 places. 3 is present in option 5. Now we have seen how once we put those values, we see how easy the questions are to solve. This is the level of difficulty for clerk exam questions, right? So you will not get more than this level of difficulty, particularly for clerk prelim, RRB clerk prelim, SBI clerk prelim or IBPS clerk prelim. I am saying definitely you should be able to solve it. We will take up one more set, question number 11 to 15. So this is also tabular data. So the table shows number of items sold by 3 shopkeepers on Thursday, Friday, Saturday. KLM, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. These are the number of items sold, right? So question number 11, students. Ratio of number of items sold by K and L on Thursday. So K plus L on Thursday is to L plus M on Saturday. K plus L on Thursday. Add these two. 1760 is to L plus M on Saturday. L plus M on Saturday. Add this 1200. So what is the ratio? 8 to 16, 8 to 16, 8 15. 22 is to 15. I can say choice 1 is the answer. So it is a common factor. Question number 12, students. Difference in number of items sold by K on Friday and Saturday. Okay. Together, and that by L on Thursday and Friday together. K on Friday, Saturday together. Add these two. So K is how much? 40 plus 20, 60, 1560. Then L on Thursday and Friday. Add these two. L on Thursday and Friday. 1340. Difference. So difference is 40 plus. If you want to subtract, we will do using additions only. 40 plus how much is 60, 20. 13 plus how much is 2, 15. Sorry, 13 plus how much is 15? 2. So 220 should be my answer. Choice 2. Please watch our speed maths videos to do to understand the subtractions, 2-digit subtractions and 2-digit additions. Question number 13. Average number of items sold by KLM on Friday. KLM on Fridays. Here average is sum of all quantities by total number of quantities. 120 if I add two digits, right? So 7, 14, 19, 20. 19, 20 divided by 3 shopkeepers. 3, 6, 18, 3, 4, 12. 640 should be your answer. Choice 3 should be your answer. Or I told you, right? 720, 540, 660. Let us say I assume average as 540. This is how much more? 180 more. This is how much more? 120 more. So overall 180 plus 120, it is 300 more. Among 3 shopkeepers, when you distribute, each one is getting 100 extra. When each one is getting 100 extra, average will also increase by 100. So it has to be 640. Without solving, without sum of all quantities by total number of all quantities, we can answer this way. Question number 14, students. Ratio of total number of items sold by L and M on Friday. L, M on Friday. Add these two. How much? 1200 is to K and L on Saturday. K and L on Saturday. 80, 1480. The ratio of these two. How much is this? Right? 4 3s 12, 4 7s, 4 30s. 30 is to 37. 30 is to 37 is present in choice 4. Right? This is our last question. in this session, students. So number of items sold by K and M on Friday. K and M on Friday. If you see Friday, K and M 720, 660, 80, 1380. I'm adding two digits, right? 60 plus 20, 80, 7 plus 6 is 13. Approximately what percentage of number of items sold by L and M on Saturday? L plus M on Saturday. L and M on Saturday is, how much is this? 100, 1200. So this is what percentage of this. X is what percentage of Y. What will you write? X is what percentage of Y? You will write X by Y into 100. X by Y into 100. So 1380. K plus M is what percentage of L plus M? 1200 into 100. Numerator more than denominator. Straight away I can say the answer is more than 100%. So I can eliminate first option, I can eliminate second option, I can eliminate third option. More than 100. How much is 100%? The base 1200. I need how much? We need 1380. 1380 means we need another 180. How much is 10%? 120. So obviously 10% is 120. I need 180. So my answer should be more than this, right? So more than these two add together is 110. So obviously it should be more than 110%. So it is not 110 also. So answer has to be 115. If you want to solve, what is 5%? Half of the 60. So if you add this, you get 1380. This is nothing but 115%. Right? So we'll stop here, students. So this is about data interpretation, data represented in the form of rows and columns. Similarly, in coming days, we will also put bar graph, line graph. But the point is like data, the question types, what we have discussed, this is what percentage of that is what percentage of this is how much percentage less than that is how much percentage more than this, then what's the difference, what is the average. The question types remain same, only the representation, the form of data representation varies, maybe in the bar graph or line graph, or you take your pie chart, but more or less question types will remain same. You have seen that these are easy question types. You cannot afford to lose marks in these question types. These are your actual previous year exam questions. Now when you go to the exam, why you feel difficult? Because why you are not able to solve in the given time? Because you are not ready with the basic calculation part like reciprocal values, multiplication tables, squares, cubes. If you are ready with this, with those values, I am saying it is like cakewalk for you. There is nothing difficult. Only thing is that you have to put your hard work, you have to put your sincerity, work daily, then learn those tables, reciprocal values. Then I am saying you can as well solve faster than what I am doing now. Right, friends? Thank you so much. Stay home, stay safe, prepare with time classes. We'll meet in the next session.